Dallas Cowboys fans, breathe it in. Because what we witnessed on Thanksgiving wasn't just a win. It wasn't just a classic. It was a declaration, a statement to the entire NFL that the Dallas Cowboys are alive, dangerous, and absolutely refusing to die. This was supposed to be the game where Patrick Mahomes buried us. This was supposed to be the matchup where the Chiefs dynasty flexed its muscles. But instead, on the biggest regular season stage of the year, with the world watching, Dallas punched the dynasty right in the mouth and walked out with a 31-28 victory that changed the entire trajectory of the season. Think about how this game started. Dak Prescott throws an early pick, Kansas City jumps to a 7-0 lead, and the narrative starts forming. Same Cowboys, same collapse. But not this time, not with this team, not with this version of Dallas. Dak didn't break, he responded. 12 plays later, CeeDee Lamb ties the game with a tough, beautiful touchdown, the kind of play great receivers make when their team needs life. And that was just the beginning, because from that moment on, the Cowboys turned this game into a fight, and the Chiefs weren't ready for the fight they got. The defense? My goodness, the defense. For weeks, people said Dallas couldn't hang with elite offenses, but look at what happened today. Jadeveon Clowney wrecking plays, Overshown flying sideline to sideline, Quinnen Williams collapsing the pocket from the inside like a human earthquake. Kansas City went 2 full quarters without scoring. Mahomes had to earn every inch. And then the offense? When Dallas needed stars, the stars delivered. George Pickens had the type of game that turns a good receiver into a national headline. Toe-tapping on the sideline, hurdling defenders, ripping the ball away in traffic, he took over. And CeeDee? After a tough week of criticism, he came back like a monster with 112 yards and the catch of the season, a 51-yard bomb from Dak that shifted the entire stadium. That play set up the Aubrey field goal that stretched the lead and sent AT&T Stadium into absolute chaos. But even then, Mahomes wasn't done. He never is. He cuts the lead to 3 with minutes left, and suddenly it felt like deja vu. We've seen this story. But this time, Dallas wrote a different ending. Instead of falling apart, they closed the door. Pickens gets the final first down, the offense kneels out the clock, and the Dallas Cowboys, your Dallas Cowboys, beat the Kansas City Chiefs on Thanksgiving night. This wasn't luck. This wasn't a fluke. This was belief meeting execution. This was a team that refused to fold. And if you're watching this right now, you know exactly what it means. Dallas isn't just alive. Dallas is dangerous. Let the NFL talk. Let the analysts doubt. Let the standings say what they say. I'll tell you this, if the Cowboys make the playoffs, nobody is going to want to see this team. But now, I want to hear from you. Cowboys Nation, was this the biggest regular season win of the Dak Prescott era? Did this game prove that Dallas can hang with and beat the elite? Drop your thoughts in the comments, smash that like button to support the channel, and subscribe to Dallas Game Day so you never miss a reaction like this. Because if this team keeps playing like this, we're just getting started.